All right, so we'll give Amy a moment to get back here. While we're doing that, if you'd like to just take a moment here, roll the shoulders back a few times. Mine are extra crunchy. And then let's roll forward. Good, let's roll back again. And then really exaggerate that feeling of shoulder heads pressing back, shoulder blades squeezing in towards each other, and then releasing down. So you keep that openness across your heart and chest. Place your hands on your thighs. Really root down into your sit bones so you're sitting nice and tall. You're lengthening through the sides of your waist. You're getting that axial extension, so the vertebra in your spine stacking on top of each other. Allow your eyelids to close here. Take a nice deep inhale through your nose. Open your mouth, sigh the breath out, let it go, ha. Couple more times like that. Smooth, deep, full inhale. Feel that expansion of the rib cage, that lift of the sternum up towards the ceiling a little more. And then let the breath go, ha. One more time, smooth, deep, full inhale. And sigh the breath out, let it go, ha. And then allow your lips to seal. Start to inhale through your nose. And then also exhale through your nose. You might be practicing your ujjayi breath, so you're constricting the sides of your throat ever so gently. So you can hear this soft rush of air in the back of your throat. It sounds like ocean waves rolling in and out. It sounds like that Darth Vader sound. You might be aware of sounds happening in the room that you're in, outside of the room you're in. As you bring your focus, your attention to your breath, see if those sounds can just fade into the background. They're still there, but it's almost like they're imperceptible. And then notice if there's thoughts coming in and out of your mind. For most of us, that's usually true. Some days, those thoughts are a little louder than other days. Same thing, again, as you bring your attention, your focus to that sound of your breath, and you let some of that chatter just melt into the background. I think that this is actually harder than letting go of those external sounds. Some days it's harder than others. So you're just kind of doing your best. You're noticing where you're at. And you're accepting where you're at, particularly if there's a lot of noise, a little anxiety. Good. A deep inhale. Open your mouth, sigh the breath out, let it go. Ha. Gently blink your eyes open. Let's just move right into some cat-cow here. So hands remain on thighs. Hello, Scott. As you inhale, arch in your lumbar lower back, shoulder heads press back, elbows squeeze in. Exhale, round in, chin towards chest. Inhaling, finding that arch. Good, exhale, round in. And you're going to continue to move with your breath here. Starting out, the movement in your spine might be really, really small, especially if things are feeling a little cranky today, a little tighter. And just move here nice and slow, take our time. And things just might start to open up a little bit. If you'd like to add an arm here, as you inhale, you can stretch right fingertips forward. Release down as you exhale, and then do the opposite arm. So that left arm extends, you reach through the fingertips. As you know, you are always welcome to try variation. Some days they work, some days they don't. The important piece is to really listen to your body, to be intuitive, not do things that aren't working on any given day. If you'd like to add both arms, it's going to be a little core strengthening. You're welcome to try that. And then if you're doing alternate arms, just finish up on that left side. And we'll all eventually just come back to a nice tall seat. Good, so finding your mountain pose, maybe just peeking down at your feet again, making sure that you're landing with your knees over your ankles so you can make any little adjustments that you need to. Good, and then let's just start to circle around in our pelvic girdle. And again, you just might start this movement out really small. Kind of just gauging how your hips are feeling, how your sacrum is feeling. Is there tenderness in your lower back? You might just be feeling really good too. That's always welcome. Let's slowly start to switch directions. Nice job. Let's come back to nice tall seat and then just get into the neck a little bit here. So as you exhale, dropping your chin towards your chest, just take a few breaths here. If you're like me, right away the shoulders want to scrunch up towards the ears and try to help out. So just let them soften down. You can imagine that somebody's just gently applying a little pressure to your shoulders. Doesn't look like much is happening here, but this can be a deceptively challenging move, the first one of the day. You may have to do a little less, especially if the back of the neck is really grabbing. It's useful to just visualize the exhale kind of going to the back of the neck. You're just breathing some space back there. Few more rounds of breath here. Maybe you're getting a little more release. And if you're not, that's fine too. We'll visit this position again. Good. As you inhale, chin lifts. As you exhale, drop that right ear towards your right shoulder. And again, just visualize the breath going to the left side of the neck. Observe if the shoulders are trying to help out. Do a little less if you need to. From here, we're going to tuck our chin, and that's just going to change where you're getting the sensation in both the side of the neck, the back of the neck. You might even feel a little the top of the shoulder. Keep just reminding those shoulders to keep releasing down. Good. So inhale, lift the chin. Exhale, come to center. Let's take an inhale here and then back down the center again. And it might feel a little different on this left side since we just stretched that out. Kind of just noticing if anything has shifted for you here. It may not have, that's fine as well. Good. As you inhale, chin lifts. And then exhale, dropping your left ear towards your left shoulder. So moving into that right side, which could be a completely different experience. So observing that, noticing how it feels differently in your body. And keep those shoulder blades releasing down your back. Keep rooting into your sit bones. And just make sure that you're lengthening through the sides of your waist. So sitting nice and tall. Good. From here, just tuck that chin. Notice how it shifts where you're getting stretch, where you're getting sensation. Good. Inhale, chin lifts. Exhale, neck lifts. Take an inhale here. And then one more time, exhale, chin drops towards chest. So you're feeling a little more even. Maybe it feels like you're getting a little more release in the back of the neck. Things have sort of gently opened up. Good. Inhale, chin lifts. Good. Give the shoulders a little roll out again. And then go ahead and find your strap. If you don't have a strap, you could use a belt, a scarf, a sweatshirt. If you don't have any of the above, don't worry about it. You can pretend. That also works. So we're going to just move into some of our shoulder humblers. So basically just finding that rotation in the shoulder girdle. So you're going to probably find that you need to go fairly wide on your strap here. You're sitting nice and tall. You're rooting down into your sit bones. As you inhale, lift the strap up overhead. And then exhale. This is the part that's really tricky. You might need to go a little wider. It's a big stretch across the pectorals. Good. I like that, Tammy, as you exhale, hold in. Good. Inhale, reaching up. And then exhale, releasing back down. So you're just going to continue like that. We're going to do a few rounds with your breath. And it's not easy, especially when you're reaching back, you're trying to extend the arms back at the same time. Sometimes one wants to lead the way. And a good strategy for that is to go a little wider with the prop that you're using. Oh, it's good that we don't do these like every week. We probably should, but... All right, so let's come back up to center. And actually, let's just give the arms a little break here so you can hold on to your strap, but just release your arms down. In fact, let's just move into little cat-cow here again. So inhaling, arching. Exhaling, rounding in. And this might be feeling a little different, particularly in the neck, since we've stretched that out. Good. Come back to a nice tall seat. So you have your strap again. So maybe not quite as wide. So it feels like you're really stretching the strap apart. And if you're not using one, you just, imagine that feeling. So the arms are really engaged. You can feel the inner arm wrapping towards your outer arm. It's like you're trying to open up that armpit area. Deep inhale here. Exhale. Resist as you pull that strap to the right. So you continue to pull it apart. Inhale up. Exhale off to the left. Good. So let's do like 2 more to each side. So as you pull out on that strap, it's like you're giving yourself a little resistance here. And we're all going to have different ranges of motion. And of course, if you're like working with shoulder injuries, shoulder tightness, you do what you can, you skip it, you take breaks if you need to. So let's go ahead and release back down. And you can just And maybe just put the strap on your thighs. Let's release the arms down by our sides. So similar motion, but it's going to feel a little different, a little more fluid. We're going to do just our side to side lateral stretching, moving with the breath. So inhale, side bend to the right, stretch that left arm up and over. Beautiful. Exhale, release down. And then inhale, right arm reaches up and over. Exhale, release. And then you continue here. Again, moving with your breath. So your pace might feel a little different than mine today. That's absolutely fine. Some days it feels good to move a little faster. Some days we want to stretch things out. We will eventually hold for several breaths on each side, but let's just enjoy this movement happening in the body, this rhythm happening. Like a little mini side to side vinyasa. And the next time you're stretching off to that right side, you can hang out there. Notice if that left sit bone has popped up off your chair a little bit. Anchor down. That actually might serve to give you a little more stretch through that left side, which can feel really good. Feel both shoulder blades releasing down your back, even in this arm that's lifted. And you take breaks with that top arm if you need to. You could also bend the elbow. You could try that. It kind of is a nice stretch in the tricep bicep area. Good, exhale. And then inhale. We hold off to the left. So reaching through those right fingertips, grounding into that right sit bone. Little twist here. So you're wrapping those left ribs up. And again, you're welcome to bend that top arm if you want to for a breath or two, or for all of the breaths. Might even see if you can lean that elbow back a little bit and intensify the stretch. Really nice. Good. As you exhale, go ahead and release those arms down. Let's come into, let's do a few rounds of our sun salutes. So if you have blocks handy, you can just place those on the sides of your feet. So those just serve to bring the floor a little closer. Not necessary. They can be nice. So finding your Tadasana, your mountain pose, feeling the sit bones really press into the chair underneath you. Feeling this openness, this lift across your heart and chest. As we inhale, you are welcome to take the arms out and up if that feels okay. If you have the space, you could also reach forward and up. As you exhale, a couple of options. You can swan dive in. That's going to get into the core a little bit. You could also use your hands to help you roll on down. Inhale. This is where you might press into those blocks. Other great variations are to press into your shins or thighs. Elbows are squeezing in, shoulder heads pressed back. We're back bending here. This is like a cobra pose. Exhale, we fold back in. And then as you inhale, again, you can roll up, use your hands to help support you, or you could do that reverse swan dive out if you feel stable, if you want to get into the core. Maybe you gaze up as palms press. And then exhale, arms release down. Lovely. Let's continue. Inhaling, reaching up. Utthita Hastasana into Dasana, extended mountain. Exhale into a deep forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen into a half forward fold, Ardha Uttanasana. Back into that deep forward fold, Uttanasana. And then rooting down to rise up, Utthita Hastasana into Dasana, extended mountain pose. As you exhale, hands come to heart center, Samastitihi, even standing. So 3 more on your own, moving with your breath. You're welcome to close your eyes if that feels good to you and you feel safe doing so. Sometimes that just helps us to get inside the breath. It can help us, or get inside the pose helps us to connect with the breath. If your eyes are open, you're just keeping your gaze soft and gentle. Let these feel really spacious in your body, really graceful in your body. Really soak up that sound of your breath. These look lovely. Of course, if sun salutes aren't working for you on any given day, you could always just come back into your cat-cow. And when you're done with that third round, just pause in your mountain pose, allow your eyelids to close. Do a little check-in here, notice how you're feeling. Going on with the breath, what's going on with your heartbeat. You might be feeling some heat, you might be feeling energized. You might feel like there's more space in your body. And from here, gently blink your eyes open, release your hands down. So we're going to do a little combo hip stretch, shoulder stretch. Like 2 of the hardest things happening at the same time. See how that goes. All right, so let's take the strap over our left shoulder. And then we're going to come into hip opener on the right side. So this could look, number one, if hip stretching isn't working for you, you could just stay here with both legs in this position. You also might find a little external rotation, so more of a warrior 2 leg in that right leg. And you just go out to the extent that feels good in your body. So we're all built a little different. We have different things going on. We are looking for our right knee to be over our right ankle. And then finally, you might be able to take your right ankle and cross it above your left knee. If you do that and there's any sensation in that knee joint, flex this right foot. That should help to alleviate some of that. Barring that, if flexing the foot isn't helping, just go ahead and take this variation. So they'll both be really good. So before we go any further, let's just take several rounds of breath here. Again, a little mini check-in with the shoulders. Are they creeping up around your ears? Soften them down. You might just take this right hand if you're in these warrior 2 legs and gently press back. That might help you to find a little more hip opening feeling. If you're in the seated version, you can be pressing down in that thigh, and that can intensify things. And of course, you're just skipping it if you don't need it. Just being right where you are, you might be getting plenty of sensation. So we're all built different. Really connect with that rhythm of your breath. All right, so from here, go ahead and release your left fingertips down. Inhale, stretch that arm forward. And then you're going to internally rotate. So you're going to spin that palm to face behind you. Bend the elbow. And then let's all just take this right hand on top of the left elbow, just for a couple of breaths. So just applying a little pressure, you might feel this stretch in the tricep, the armpit area. And this might actually be where you stay, especially if you're getting some nice sensation. In fact, so just let's all stay here for the time being. Take a nice deep inhale, lengthen. And then tiny movement, exhale, it's a little side bend. And with the arms in this configuration, you might get a little more stretch in that lower left side. Inhale up, back to center. Exhale, little side bend to the right. Good, inhale. Exhale, a little side bend. It's a little core work too. Nice, inhale. So stay here like this with this arm position, or if you'd like to, come into your full Gomukhasana arm, stretch that right arm out, do a thumbs down, and then you're gonna reach that arm behind you. So you're grabbing on to your strap, you're reaching, lengthening that left elbow up towards the ceiling. And at the same time you're doing that though, you're pressing your right shoulder head back. So pretty intense stretch in the shoulders here. So you keep that breath moving. You send that exhale to the places that are particularly tight in your body. Good, deep inhale. And then again, exhale. Little side bend, it's not going to be big with the arms like this. Inhale up to center. Exhale. Good, inhale up to center. And then exhale. Let's stay here. So you're going to release that bottom arm. You're just going to bring your hand or your forearm to that right thigh, whichever variation you're in. And then maybe extend those left fingertips up and over. So this is like a version of our Parsva Konasana, our side angle pose. If you're just feeling super, super spicy today, because why not? It's February 29th. That doesn't happen so often. Maybe you reach that right arm forward. Ooh, so you're going to be getting a big stretch on those obliques, those side core muscles. And then inhale. Come on up. Beautiful. As you exhale, release the arms down. Take a couple of breaths. And then we'll take that sequence to the second side. So go ahead and release that right ankle. Bring the right leg in. Just finding your nice Tadasana. And then you can move the strap over to the right shoulder. Good. And just know that this side might look different in both the shoulders and the hips. That's absolutely fine. So you're always listening to your body. So again, our options are to stay here, just both legs in neutral position. If you're looking for that hip opening, maybe you open that left leg any amount. And it could literally just be the tiniest amount. As long as you're feeling a stretch, you're doing it right. You could take your left hand, gently press back if you're needing a little more. And then you also might be taking that left ankle, crossing it above the right knee. Again, we don't want any sensation in this knee joint. So if that's happening in this pose and flexing the foot doesn't help with that, just go ahead and take that warrior two leg variation. And then say hello, hips. I can tell I have hips that have sat on airplanes for a long time this week. All right, so let's release right fingertips down so that palm is just facing in towards your body. Inhale, stretch that arm up. And then you're going to spin that palm to face behind you, bend the elbow, and then you can take your left hand on top of that elbow, just give a little gentle press. Make sure you're still breathing, inhaling through your nose, exhaling through your nose. Always taking breaks when you need to, always modifying however feels good in your body. All right, and then just those little like side crunches. So exhale, oof, to the left. Inhale up. Exhale. Good, inhale. Exhale. Inhale up. So you could just stay here like this if this is working. You'd like to take that left arm out. Spin that thumb to face down so the palm faces behind you. And then reach down and up your back. Find the strap. So the strap just helps to get a little leverage. That right elbow is lifting. That left shoulder head is pressing back. Getting a little stretch in the hip. It's hard to know where to focus. That could be a good thing or a bad thing. Getting the full body workout here. All right, and then again, those little crunches. So as you exhale, a little lean to the left. Inhale, back to center. Exhale. Good, inhale. Exhale. All right, and then from here, we're gonna just find that little Parsva Konasana. So hand or forearm resting on that thigh, and then you can extend that right arm up and over. So lengthening through that right side of your waist. Little spin of those left ribs up towards the ceiling. You might be looking up underneath the top arm. Again, if you're feeling spicy, if you just want a little more, you can extend that left arm out. Oh, see if anybody comes back to class next week. Inhale, strong core helps you to rise on up. And as you exhale, just go ahead and release those arms down. Might kind of feel like the blood is starting to flow into them again. Really nice. Let's go ahead. Just come back to our Tadasana, our mountain pose. Take a couple breaths, check in, notice how you're feeling. And then, hallelujah, you can let the strap go. I think we've had enough of the shoulder business today. All right, so let's just do some, just a couple of little twists before we move into some breath work here. So let's inhale, take the arms out wide. Exhale, little twist to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, little twist to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, center. Good. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, center. And then we're going to exhale, twist to the right. Hold here. So really stretch out. Go ahead and release. Hands down. So your left hand can come to that left thigh or to the right thigh. Just kind of depends on what's going on in your body today, how twists feel for you. Think cobra pose in your body again. So shoulder heads are pressing back. You might be moving towards bringing your gaze out over your right shoulder. And then if you wanted to here, maybe you bring your right hand to your right hip. So kind of lean that elbow back, and then perhaps you start to forward fold. So you're sliding that left arm either to the inside of that left leg, the outside of the right leg. Really nice. These look terrific. Couple more breaths. And then as you inhale, little core strength helps you to press up. Unwind here. Inhale, arms reach out. Let's do this side a little different. So let's do it with our cactus arms. Exhale, twist left. Inhale, center. You lean those elbows back a little. Exhale, twist right. Inhale, center. Exhale, we twist left. Inhale, center. Beautiful work. Exhale, twist right. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist left. Inhale, reach the arms out. Nice. As you exhale, hands release down. Just basic to start out. This side might feel different. So again, your right hand might be on your right thigh. You might be able to press it to the outside of your left thigh. That will help to give you a little leverage to press your shoulder heads back. There's a cobra pose feeling in the upper body in this pose. Little thoracic lift. Bringing a little attention to that inhale, really trying to fill up here. Maybe moving towards bringing your gaze out over that left shoulder. It need not get all the way there. And then if you'd like to play with going a little deeper, a little variation of this, you could bring your left hand to your left hip, keep leaning that elbow back. And then stay in the twist as you start to forward fold at your waist, any amount. Again, this is a little core work, core stretching. Inhale, slide on up, calm back to center. Good, one final time. Just give those shoulders a little roll out. And then let's move towards our Viloma, one breath, so our 3-part breath. As you know, we'll inhale 1/3 of the way up, a little pause of the breath. We'll inhale another third, little pause. Final third, pause the breath, and then we'll exhale the air out through the nose. We'll take a few rounds of recovery breath. So as we move into this today, if during the retentions, it ever feels like you need to breathe, you do. Also, some days, pranayama just isn't happening for whatever reason. So if that's you, if there's different breath work that you'd like to do, you're welcome to do that. If it just feels better to sit quietly, that's also fine. So just listening to yourself, noticing what you need. Let's allow our eyelids to close here. And so I'll take a nice deep inhale through the nose. Full complete exhale through the nose. One more time like that. Smooth, full, complete. Inhale. Full, complete exhale. And then just a little pause at the bottom of that exhale so you're completely empty. Inhale 1/3 of the way up, so just below your belly button, pause. Inhale another third of the way, so just below those floating ribs, those lowermost ribs, pause the breath. Inhale all the way up underneath your collarbones. There's a little lift of the sternum up towards the ceiling. Pause. Turn the air around. Exhale through your nose. And then at the bottom of your breath, just take a couple rounds of recovery breath. And you let that round go. Good, smooth, deep inhale through the nose. Full, complete exhale through the nose. Little pause at the bottom. Inhale 1/3 of the way up. Pause. Inhale another third of the way up. Pause the breath. Inhale all the way up underneath the collarbones. Exhale the air out through your nose. Take a couple rounds of breath. Good, inhale through your nose. Exhale through your nose. Empty out, little pause at the bottom. Inhale 1/3 of the way up, pause. Inhale another third of the way up, pause the breath. Inhale all the way up underneath your collarbones. Exhale the air out through your nose. Couple rounds of recovery breath. And then I invite you on your own to do 1 or 2 more rounds of that Viloma breath, if you feel so inclined. And if you're ready to start to move towards your Shavasana, you're welcome to do that as well. And we'll all eventually find some form of Shavasana. So you might just stay exactly where you're at, but it just has a different feeling. So you're allowing yourself to relax. For some of us, it feels nice to hinge forward, especially if there's a desk or a chair in front of us. So it's almost like a supported child's pose. You're always welcome to come into a classic Shavasana, laying down on the floor, if that is available to you. Wherever you're at, Give your body permission to relax. Allow your breath to find its own natural rhythm, so you're not trying to control that anymore. And then also just give the brain permission not to think about anything just yet. So soaking up these final moments, soaking up the stillness, this quiet. Shavasana. Asato ma satgamaya. Tamaso ma jyotirgamaya. Mrityorma mritam gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om. And so take a deeper inhale. Open your mouth, sigh the breath out, ha. And then start to bring a little gentle movement back to your body, whatever that looks like. Wiggling fingers, toes, circling ankles, wrists, stretching out. And you'll eventually land with your hands in a pile on top of your heart. Send yourself love and gratitude. Send your body love and gratitude. And each other love and gratitude. It's a gift to be able to meet like this, move together, breathe together. It's not always easy, but it does make a difference. Just promise yourself you're going to carry this good feeling you've worked so hard to create with you into the rest of the day, the rest of the week, month, weekend ahead. And finally, just bow your head with a smile. Beautiful work today. Happy leap year yoga. That may never happen again.